What a wild week this has been for oil prices. Tremendous historical records. Oil moving into negative zone for the first time ever in history. Scary, visceral, unprecedented is how I would describe the moment of oil price this week. Tremendous moments, especially the NYMEX crude moved with wild swings, down 30%, up 30%, then another 20%, wild swings. So what is expected in the next week? Well, unprecedented fall in oil prices can be explained by the very simple reason that the demand destruction that is taking place is far more than the cut in oil production that has been agreed between the OPEC and the non-OPEC allies. It far exceeds it by any proportion. So tremendous efforts are being made. Donald Trump is himself in the process of having these cuts done to be able to save the shale gas producers in the United States, to keep the jobs in the energy sector intact in the US of A. Yet, the storage capacities are full to the brim. Wherever you go in the world, the ships are full, the floating tanks are full, the storage tanks within the countries are full. There's no space left. There has been no demand because of lockdown conditions across the world. This has led to an unprecedented supply increase, which is not going anywhere. There is no place to store them. So therefore people are saying that if there's no place to store and if delivery is being insisted, as happened last Monday, then the only way out is to just sell it for free, or in fact you pay money to person to take away the oil. So very, very difficult week, and I think that these wild swings which are there may be less in this week, but anyway the saga will revisit itself in some time. So wait and watch the fun while it goes on. In another news, as you understand, much of the globe is now trying to reopen itself for business. Donald Trump is very unhappy that businesses are getting lost, and he's trying now to open it in some way or the other. For that matter, beaches have reopened around the USA, and New York Governor Cuomo has said that after 21 days of hell, finally you get a whip of fresh air. Beaches have been open, so it's happy days are here again for fun-loving America. In any event, let's see how this lockdown or rather the exit from the lockdown continues. One precedence can be had in Germany. Germany has opened itself now. It has allowed certain shops to reopen on Monday. So we have 4 days of precedence as to how countries will reopen for business. Good example is Germany. The CEO of the German Retail Federation has warned that consumer activity would be subdued for some time. Well, that is understandable. Despite the easing of coronavirus lockdown measures in the country, Germans are seemingly very reluctant to rush back to the stores. The CEO of behavioral science consultancy innovation Bubble, Simon Moore, said that the coronavirus pandemic has shifted the consumers' mindsets from a gain to maintain mentality. Instead of seeking out ways to make the most of, how people used to go for finding deals during Thanksgiving, Black Friday, so on and so forth, they would always keep looking for deals. Now, instead of seeking out ways to make the most out of deals on goods, people are now more defensively minded because of the uncertainty created by the pandemic. Germany on Monday, as you know, had allowed smaller retailers of under 800 square meters to reopen as long as they abided by social distancing and hygiene measures like keeping the sanitizers and things like that in the stores. There have been 153,129 confirmed cases of coronavirus in Germany and 5,575 deaths, according to latest data from Johns Hopkins University. Larger businesses such as car dealerships, bike and bookshops were also allowed to reopen. This also included Swedish furniture superstore IKEA. In a Reuters report, Stephen Stuckenberg, head of an IKEA branch on the outskirts of Cologne in Germany, said that his store's reopening was very relaxed. There were no lines, there were no crowds. Relaxed opening. Stephen Genth, CEO of the German Retail Federation, Handelsverband Deutschland, suggested that this was likely to be the case for some time, as consumer sentiment was at an all-time low. According to the translation of the statement that he published in German on Wednesday, we have translated it. He said this was partly due to uncertainty in the jobs market, prompting people to be more frugal with spending. Naturally, right? Money is less, you're not sure about whether your job will be there tomorrow, and you have to be frugal. However, he said that guidelines about reducing the size of sales areas with barriers, for example, were inconsistent as they varied from state to state in Germany, which unsettles customers. Italy, which has been the epicenter of Europe's pandemic, also allowed some of its smaller retailers to reopen this week, but the store owners say that they didn't expect much business or they expected very little business as compared to what it was before COVID-19. Despite the official easing of restrictions by some governments, Moore said that people would really be looking for social proof that others are returning to shop. So they're looking that have others come back and are they shopping before they themselves come. So it becomes like a vicious circle, right? So this is because people relied much more on gut instinct and emotion to determine decisions in a time of uncertainty. The part of the brain that deals with numbers, facts and figures, which brands typically appeal to, correct, is about a quarter of the size of the part responding to emotions. We are much more non-conscious, emotional creatures than what we give ourselves credit for. This is citing, of course, a research from a Harvard University professor who found that 95% in fact, of our purchasing decisions occur in the subconscious mind. Can you believe that? 95% of the decisions of purchasing of yours, all my viewers, happens in the subconscious mind. Catherine Jansen Boyd, who lectures on consumer psychology at Anglia Ruskin University, says that consumer behavior wouldn't return to normal until people felt the threat of the virus had gone away. Now, is that threat going to go away so soon? You tell me. According to Catherine, the messages of social distancing, such as limiting the touching of surfaces and objects, were so ingrained in people's minds that it was still affecting consumer behavior. British supermarket Asda has gone so far as to tell consumers to pick up only what you intend to buy when you enter the stores. Governments are not saying go out and behave as normal because the problem is gone. They are kind of saying go out and try to be normal, but the problem is not gone. Problem is there, but you behave normally. Now, is that possible? The results in cognitive dissonance, which is the mismatch between thoughts, feelings and actions, causing stress and discomfort. So this is the scenario, friends. Coming to world stock markets, well, I think this should be a good week for stocks. If we look at Dow Jones quite specifically, I think Monday should be a good day. In fact, this week will be one of the most powerful ones on Wall Street. Tuesday, you could see another good day, but you could see a fall between 12:30 and 2:30 based on certain, my analysis, by the way, is based on certain reports I expect to come at that point of time in different parts of the world. So whereas America would be trading, I'm still expecting certain reports, coronavirus related and otherwise. It is sheer economic reports. It's got nothing to do with outside the economics world. Wednesday, good day, continues to be nice day. Thursday also should be another sharp rise in the world stock indices, particularly Dow Jones and NASDAQ should do quite well. And Friday, be careful. The opening will be very difficult, I think. I'm expecting certain economic reports which will cause Wall Street to nosedive between opening of trade 9:30 to 11:30. So Friday, be cautious. Then rest of the day you can assume should be pretty okay, pretty good. But 9:30 to 11:30, I mean the first 2 hours of trading on Wall Street will be very difficult. So I would say a constructive week ahead for Wall Street. Interesting times ahead, and take full advantage. Make hay while the sun shines. The rally on Wall Street keeps rolling, and I think this week it'll gather even more force and momentum. Enjoy the trading. Happy investing. Take care. Bye.